One of the things that caught our attention about your work, I mean, after we were working with it, but we were using some other materials from Brené Brown, and she talks about your definition of trust as the one that she likes best. And we're talking about trust here, but we haven't defined it. What is your definition of trust?
I define it as choosing to risk making something you value vulnerable to another person's actions. So there's some key pieces there, right?
Yeah.
There's what I value, and there's this choice around making that, whatever it is that I value, vulnerable to somebody else's actions, knowing that I can't actually control in any direct way how they're going to treat whatever it is that I value. So there's the risk part. I'm taking a risk that they're going to, support whatever it is that I'm risking, whatever it is I value, and I'm risking in trusting them. And I'm doing so, of course, because I'm hoping or intending that the trust that I build with that other person, will allow us to do things that we couldn't do if we didn't trust each other. And there's obviously all kinds of things that you can think about that trust allows between people. So there's choice, choosing to risk, there's risk, no, choosing to risk making something you value vulnerable to another person's actions.
Hmm. Wow. And when you talk about vulnerability, I know Brené Brown talks about the vulnerability is the other side of courage. And it takes courage to actually work on trust and bring it into the conversation. And I think it's a learning to be able to be vulnerable in those situations.
Yes, and I think a lot of people, this is what I was struggling, trying to flailing around, trying to understand or figure out how to build trust with people that I worked with when I
Yeah.
was in organizations and watching other people doing that. And sometimes it worked and sometimes it didn't. But it was more up to chance than intention. And now I look back, I thought if I had understood that, I would have been a lot more, what would I say? It would have allowed me to be more intentional about taking those risks and understanding, okay, I'm taking this risk and let me say this again. What are the aspects of or thoughts about that risk that I'm taking that are important for me to pay attention to? What are my assessments about the person I'm going to trust or maybe not trust that allows me to make an accurate or as accurate as possible risk assessment.